It's day 29 of the lockdown and it's St George's Day. Woohoo! We're going to have a barbecue later and have some beers. And let's see what today brings, shall we? Lee's been washing stones because she's doing a bit of rock art, and of course she's done the St George's Cross for today. And all these lot, everyone's going to be painting on Saturday, I believe, with our social distancing, of course. So we're keeping things going at the marina, trying not to get too bored. There's some glow-in-the-dark ones which are good fun. She has painted a couple more, I'll have to go and find them. Bye! Here's a few that Lee prepared earlier. She did these yesterday. Very pretty. I haven't got the patience, to be fair. So, as is customary most mornings now, because we're doing our little photo challenge, we've got 3 words that we have to take photos of. Not the actual words, but the subjects. So today, I think, is St George's, twisted and light. So I'm going to go and get my camera and I'm going to go and take some photographs. Right, I've got my camera. I'm going to take a walk up the top of the marina now and see if I can find something twisted and maybe something light. I've got one already for St George's, obviously, because our boat's all covered in St George stuff. See you in a bit. Right, the thing with these photo challenges is not to take the word too literally. Sometimes it's nice to think, you know, if we think of light, I'm going to try and do a sneaky one and find a feather, because that's light. So you see what I mean? If you find something twisted, well, you could just do a bit of rope or something that's twisted. But I'm going to look for some branches or something like that that's twisted and take some photographs of that. That's kind of what's keeping us a bit busy now. So, you know, get the old brain working. I'm obviously using a nice-ish camera. But anyone can do it on their phones. Maybe you guys should set up a challenge. It just keeps you busy. Right, I found my first victim. I found a little feather. There's not many big feathers about at the moment, but this is going to be my one for light. Here's something else I could use as light, I would have thought. That's good enough, isn't it, for light? Get a nice photograph of that. I think I might do a little picture of this as well, because this is light, isn't it? All the nice little shadows and lightness. So I'll take a picture of this and see if this is any good as well. Right, now I've got to look for something twisted. And that's not myself. So let's look for something a bit weird. Right, I think I found my twisted one now. This barbed wire. See if we can get a good photo of that. Right, I've just taken a couple of little photographs of the marina just for fun. That's me, just about me done with the camera for now, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to put them on my computer and upload them to our little Facebook group. Lee's still laughing at me because this is about the 30th take now. I hate being on camera. I love doing video, I love doing photographs, but I absolutely hate being the main subject of it. I'd rather just hide behind the camera, thank you. But anyway, I've uploaded the photographs I took this morning to our Facebook group. Obviously gone and had a bit of a laugh, had a look round, got some silly videos and all that sort of stuff. But I must admit, now it's after lunch. We had a lovely prawn sandwich, by the way, that the good lady of the boat made us, which is absolutely delicious and the biggest prawns I've ever seen. It's now just after 4. And this is a kind of time where I start to get a little bit bored, and I'm sure a lot of you are the same. You've done all your social media, you can only stay on that for so long. You don't want to be sitting inside, you know, glued to the computer screen or glued to your phone, you know, reading inane funnies and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm now got to the point where I'm really starting to miss the grandchildren. I'm certainly missing my mum. She's not very well at the moment. I've been speaking to her today on messages. And, you know, you can just get that feeling when something's not quite right. And I knew, so I kept kind of pushing the conversation. Then, you know, I was told that she's not so well again, and that's heartbreaking. But on the other hand of it, thank God for technology that we can actually keep in touch quite easily. Lee's been getting loads of videos from the kids, you know, the grandchildren, which is brilliant. You know, their mums and dads have been posting stuff up there, been in their swimming pools and, you know, paddling pools and doing lots of silly things, baking and messing around on their bikes, and it's nice to see all that sort of thing. Like I say, thank God for social media and all these apps that we can see each other face to face. Like FaceTime is an absolutely fantastic thing as well. So yes, you know, as I say, this is a harder time because I start getting a little bit bored. I mean, luckily today we are going to have a barbecue, and we will have a couple of beers as it's St George's Day. Woohoo! Mind you, that's no different to any other day really. Maybe not the barbecue, but you know, it is the afternoon and we might have a beer. That's terrible, isn't it? I did read a couple of funny things where they say, how are we going to come out of this? We're either going to be divorced, we're going to be 5 stone heavier, or alcoholics, or maybe all 3. So I reckon 2 of those are probably, I won't be divorced, I don't think. Well, I might be if I keep messing up this video and she keeps laughing at me in the background. She's really laughing at me, you know, it's so embarrassing. But there you go. I'm going to share a couple of things with you now, what we've been up to, or things that might help you sort of fill in a few hours. I know I said you don't want to be in front of a phone screen and all that forever, but you know, I'm talking more about social media and stuff. It's nice to actually do something creative. So have a look through your phone modes in your camera, and you'll see things like time lapse, you'll see slow motion, you'll see panoramas and a few other things depending on what phone you've got. Go out there and try some, get the kids involved. You know, do some slow-mo with the kids, especially if you've got paddling pool out at the moment with this lovely weather. Make them jump in there, get some slow-mo of that, post that up, show the grandparents, show your brothers and your sisters and all that lot. Keep everyone in the loop, and that's what I think is going to help keep us sane. I mean, I've done a little bit. There's not a lot here at the moment that I can do with time lapse, which is another great thing because the clouds aren't moving. But here's a little one of our St George's display on top of our boat, so that'll give you an idea of what that does, and try it. And then of course we've got slow motion, which it's good fun, but a lot of people tend to do the same thing, water splashing, I don't know, a bumblebee or the dog jumping. So it's nice to try and get creative with that, but like I say, I struggle a little bit with that one. But I mean, all the videos I do I actually shoot at double frame rate, because when you see all the nice little B-roll stuff, that's normally slowed down to half speed, believe it or not, because that gives it a nice smooth cinematic look. So that's another little tip. And I also know that everyone hasn't got, you know, fancy cameras that can do high frame rates, and you know, they are just relying on their phones. They haven't got Final Cut Pro on their Mac to put all these videos together, or Adobe Premiere and all that sort of stuff, and that's fine, because you can do absolutely everything good enough on your phone, especially for social media. There's one app I'm going to tell you about that I think is well worth a download. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know what these are. These are GoPros. Now, some of you may well have these, and some of you are probably going to know what I'm going to be talking about in a minute, but you don't need a GoPro to use the GoPro apps. And there's a GoPro app called Quick, and that's spelled Q-U-I-K. And what that'll enable you to do, you can go and take, say, 10 to 15 just short clips on your phone, maybe 5 to 10 seconds long each, and then throw all those together into this Quick app, and it will glue them all together for you. It'll give you titles that you can change, and it'll put it to music, and you can change the music, and it'll put all the cuts to beat. I mean, I know that's not the normal way I normally do videos by hand, but I'll tell you what, it's brilliant for social media. So I would say, you know, go and download the Quick app if you're a bit bored, get it on your phone, do 10-15 clips and upload it. Show us on social media. If you're watching this through Hannah the Narrowboat, then on our YouTube channel, then you know where you can contact us on there. Our Instagram, again, just search Hannah Narrowboat, and I think Twitter the same, Hannah Narrowboat or Hannah the Narrowboat, I can't remember which. But tag us in it, and we'll have a look at what you get up to. So I'm going to go off now, and I'm going to take 15 clips of around the marina, and then I'm going to throw them together in Quick. And then if you want to see how I did it properly, then let me know. And I'll do a tutorial on it, but otherwise I'm sure you'll be able to, if you download it, you'll be able to get the hang of it. So now it's time to have a beer, I think, and it's time to get the barbecue out, time to get Lee to move all the rocks off of our bench that she's been collecting and washing, and they're going to be painting, and then we can get the barbecue out and we'll start getting ourselves ready. Right, now I'm just on the iPhone, no microphone, no messing around. All I have got, I will admit, I've got it in a little Osmo 3 mobile and gimbal thing to try and keep some of the footage from jumping about. So this is as basic as it gets, folks, and you can do some really impressive stuff. So let's start. We'll do a few little shots, and then I'm going to glue them all together and see what we get. that was GoPro quick, and I promise you that took me to put that together 5-10 minutes. If you invest a little bit of time into it, then if you spend half an hour or so with it, you know enough to get some great little videos out of it. And as I say, if you really want a walkthrough from it, I will do that. I'll put a tutorial up if you want to, but as I say, I'm pretty sure if you download Quick via the app stores, and let's say QUIK, and just dump all your footage into that, it'll sort it out itself. So it couldn't really be simpler. Anyway, it's time to light the barbecue, I say, so I'm really excited. I love a barbecue, bit of charcoal, bit of burnt stuff. Woohoo! Hector's never had a barbecue before. It's his first barbecue. This is our Lotus grill. We've done a video on this before, so it's not a real barbecue, but it just takes a tiny bit of charcoal and a bit of fire, a little bit of wind with this button here, and off it goes. So I reckon our dinner will be cooked within 15 to 20 minutes. Right, let's squirt some stuff onto it. Oh, might be run out on that ball. Oh, no, we're all right. We've got a little bit. Might as well use the last of this bottle first, see if we can get it going. Right, now we may have run into a problem because we haven't got a lot of gas in our lighter left. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it'll light. Ooh. Yeah, feel a bit of heat on there. That's lit. Just leave it for a couple of seconds and then I'll put the top on. Right, we're ready for some meat. So what should we put on first? Best put these choppy things on first. Get them in there. A couple of burgers. Some sausages. Obviously got one spare for Hector. Put them around the edges. And then we have a couple of undefinable things indeed. There we go. Let's see how long this takes. Woohoo! I'm so excited. Who remembers the Swedish Chef? Who was it? The Muppets? I'm a bit better than the Swedish Chef, to be fair. I'm the St George's Chef, and this is going to be an awesome barbecue. Dilly dilly. Be it. Look at this wonderful dinner. What? Lee, I didn't press record. Lee, what are you doing? Lee, but what are you doing? Did you just call me something rude? What did you just call me?
I fuck.
Oh my good lord. Lee, what are you doing anyway?
Eating a lovely barbecue.
Oh.
I can't believe I was looking forward to salad.
Well, we had salad and a kebab the other night. Well, Lee's still laughing. How many takes has it been now, Lee?
375.
But it has been funny. I've had quite a nice day. I know it's very difficult for a lot of people out there keeping these days filled while we're in lockdown. And this is the end of day 29, so I think tomorrow's 30. Hey! I hope some of the things, you might have taken some things out of this video. I'd love to see if you do any of these little video clips with Quick, which I've just shown you. Like I say, QUIK, it's a GoPro app. It's free on the App Store and the Apple App Store, and I presume the Android App Store. Give it a go. Show us your stuff. Tag us in it on Instagram, Facebook, well, maybe not Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Just put Hannah the Narrowboat, hashtag Hannah the Narrowboat or Hannah Narrowboat, whatever, and we'll watch it. We're going to have a couple more beers perhaps, and we're going to watch the sun go down, and we're going to count our blessings for where we are right now. Keep yourselves safe, keep yourselves happy, and most of all, just have some fun. Bye. Oh, by the way, I forgot. There's some geezer out there who moans about me saying, "Lee, what are you doing?" Is that all he can say? He's moan about that. He could say, "Oh, that's a really nice video, but I don't like the way you say, Pal or Lee, what are you doing?" Here's a message. I ain't ever going to stop doing that. I'm not. Sorry. Lee!
What?
If you're excited.
About what?
I don't I know, about telling people off on YouTube. It's all for fun. Bye.